It's unbelievably hot in my bedroom, and I can't open my window like fully because all the wasps would just want to know my location. So it's either get bombarded with wasps or burn to death. So it's either die or die. This is gonna be an absolute train wreck. Okay. Hello everybody. This is LordOfTheFeathers, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial. So basically why I'm doing this is because nearly everyone that watches my arts or like my speed paints are asking me how I shade. So this is somewhat how I shade in my like arts, in my drawings, in my pieces, or whatever you want to call them. So yeah, this is basically a little tutorial of how I do that. So basically what I just did like a little bust shot of my MLP character. I'm not a pony, okay? I just like to draw them. Even though this character's my main one. I just like to draw them, okay? Please don't hurt me, okay? Please. Are we cool? Okay, cool. And basically just like a little simple way of how I shade. A lot of people want me to know how I how I shade in Linus art. So what I do first is obviously the line art, which I obviously did. But then what I do first when I start is that in Autodesk, there's like a little bit here, like a layer menu or whatever you call it. Basically you can just add layers. Over on the right there's a little layer menu, and if you press one of the layers that you want to edit, you just press on the layer that you are selected, and that's it. So after that, if you want to stay lined now if you want to stay lined and not do Linus, you don't really have to do anything with the opacity on the layer, but if you want to do Linus on here, this is how I do that jazz. So basically this little bit here is the opacity meter of how faded, how visible you want the layer. So I usually put it at, see there's a little number there, so I usually put it at like 30. That's basically it for the line art that you want to. I don't like using the word trace. It's your own work that you're tracing, so I think that's fine. But no, tracing is bad. If you trace, you're a bad person, okay? So you can just zoom in whenever you like. So yeah, that's zooming. It's gonna take me forever to get to the actual point of this video. I start with the basic colours. So if you look over at the right again with the layers, there is, on top of the where you add the layers, there's like a little circle here, and it changes colour for what colour you have. But if you press that, you can see all these colours and the colour wheel and this little palette thing. But basically this is Storm's colour palette thing, or this blue here. That's how you get the colours up. You could just ignore what I'm saying and actually just look at what I'm doing, because I'm actually terrible at explaining things. But
Basically you zoom in to get like more details and zoom out to see the whole pic. Let's just actually start drawing. My mic is down there and now it's trash. So what I do, go with the line art first. So I just go all around the piece, like so. So there's someone outside. I think it's my brother. You know, if he comes in, he comes in. I don't really care. So after you've traced all around your line art, you take the bucket tool, which is on the top. Basically, you just fill it in. And if you don't have a bucket tool, you can just do it manually. Finally, the first step of shading. Oh god, it took so long to get here, I'm sorry. Now this is the fun part, ladies and gentlemen. Just add the colour that you're going with, which is me, is just blue. And then just a little bit, that's yellow, just a little bit darker than your original tone of colour. So the light source is very important. So my light source is going to be going like this direction, because that's a very well drawn arrow. In this, just put an arrow, yeah, in that direction. My shadows are going to be on this side. When I shade, I don't like doing it all in one angle. I usually like turn it upside down to get a better stroke. I just follow the line art, which shadows should be in place. I am going to go in like some more depth, but right now this is basically the simple shadows, or like the simple shading. So usually some people draw like that, like a little reminder where the light source is, but I don't do that. For some reason I'm weird, but if that helps you, you can do that. So that's basically it for the solid shadows. So on the left of my screen, of your screen, of what you're looking at, there is a little smudge tool that I just pressed. So it basically makes shades. The opacity on this is basically what the flow is in this little middle bit here. It may look like complicated at first, but it's actually quite easy. But if you don't want to look at that menu, you can just use this. So words are hard to say. So the higher the number of percentage that the flow is, the tougher, well, how long the flow is. So it's basically, yeah, very long. So, and the lower the flow is, it's like very weak. I just pull it at like kind of low, kind of not low of flow, and increase the size in what you're actually drawing. Do like little like circle shapes, or you can just do like little straight shapes like this. You can get like texture into the actual piece that you're drawing, like so. So that's like a simple shadow shading at the moment. Now for the highlights, you just go on your colour, your like basic colour, have a lighter toned for that colour to make it a highlight. Remember that light source, you just put the highlights in. And then when you want to smudge it in, it's basically the same as the shadows here. So you just press this brush here with the smudge tool and just do the same as circle motions or like straight motions. That's basically how far you go with the highlights. Okay, so if you want to go a little bit further with the texture of your piece, like I always sometimes do most of the time on my new pieces, I add in fur. It's underneath the smudge tool that I use, and it's basically the same, but it's a lot more tougher. As you can see, it's hair. It's like my fur tool texture thing. I put it to the 100% flow. I just start adding in little strokes, which makes it look like fur or hair, where the places you want fur or hair. And yeah, it's basically as easy as that. Alright, so overall, how I do my shading: darker shade, and use the pen brush to just do the type of shading that you want. Smudge tool, you can have it bigger or like smaller. Ignore the lag. And if you want to have more flow to it, obviously increase the flow and it will flow more. Another tip, you see on the layer thing here, you see this little lock pad thing? If you want to shade in your like picture, keep the layer locked like that, but if you want to go out, as you can see I can go out, but if I keep it locked, it won't go out. Highlights, just pick a more highlighted version of the tone that you're going for, or like the colour. Lower the flow of the brush if you want a more smoother smudge. I'm not going to say it's as easy as that, because it's not when you first get used to it, but yeah. I hope this helped in any way, shape or form, or just didn't help and this video was completely pointless. Yeah, this is my little shading tutorial, and if you guys want to see more, you can leave a like or you can comment. Outros, I love doing them because I have no idea what to say. I really need to sort that out. But yeah, hopefully this helped. Hopefully you learned something, or not, or you just wanted to watch me just talk absolute nonsense for like 10 minutes. That's it. Bye. I'll see you. See you all in the next video, or like the next tutorial, or